And the most common question that comes up is should I have spiritual goals? When should I have spiritual goals? What should the spiritual goals be? I think the first thing that I wanted to clarify is that there are four types of goals that you may choose to have. One is if you want to know the absolute truth and it is a path by itself, choose spirituality, right? The Vedanta and the various other ways of finding this truth. If you want some calm and peace, just go and be an expert in yoga, right? There's no point in trying to mix up multiple paths around this. You want some happiness, then try bhakti, which is some of the practices in religion, any religion that you practice, which kind of gives you a sense of peace and calm. If you want to do nothing, that is also a choice. So please make the choice, because sometimes I think we try to make a choice basis a little bit of the peer pressure and he's doing it and what will my mother think, and the list is endless. You get it. So I'm going to try and mix up 2-3 theories and facts for you to understand this better. There is an economic theory that exists that our happiness starts to plateau when we hit an income of about $75,000, right? Gross income $75,000. That's probably about 50 lakhs in Indian rupees gross money. At some point, it starts to plateau. So if the next 100,000 that comes and the next 100,000 and the next million that comes will not give you the same amount of happiness that the first $75,000-$80,000 gave. So keep that one fact in mind, and let's move to the next theory that exists. And one of the most famous theories that have been there in the field of earlier management, but I think is applicable many other places, is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. At some point, we start to believe that we want something more, right? In the zone of level 4 and 5, which is a bit of self-actualization. Everybody goes through a place which I'm assuming may come when you're 30 or so, at the income trajectory that normally I had suggested, where you suddenly have two specific feelings that come, which is, how do I find happiness which is beyond this? Beyond the material comforts? I seem to have it, but I'm not able to feel happy. The second thing that keeps coming back is, how do I do something more meaningful and purposeful? Now, let's go back to the third part of it, which is, so what should you do? Here are some suggestions, early start suggestions, and there is lots that is explained in the book. Try and get a chance, read it, and I'd love to hear your comments. The first I would suggest is, if you are wanting some sense of purpose and happiness, just try what is referred in the scriptures as karma yoga, which is selfless action. Now that selfless action could be anything, but ideally there are two parts to this, which is it is selfless and it is action. Right? And you may think I'm being pedantic, but you will see a lot of people on your own Facebook who will do something, some charity or anything that is there, but they're actually doing it for publicity. And it's not selfless. So the first rule of selfless is it has to be quiet. It's only for you. It is only to cleanse yourself and get certain alignment within you. Second thing is action. I have nothing against people who contribute, donate, send some money somewhere. I love it. I use it a lot for my NGO. But try and do it as an action, right? Even if it means you drive out, carry 4 meals from your home, give it to somebody, right? A hot meal, give it to somebody. Go every day and give it to somebody. I know a friend who did this, and she had a lot of physical issues, general psychological issues that were there, a lot of stress. So in the science of meditation, somewhere it says that when you do some of these activities, in about 6-8 weeks time, a little bit of something changes in you. We will speak about this in another video, in another chapter of this conversation, as to what changes. So try it, right? So one suggestion that is there is try selfless action. Second suggestion that could be there is, if you've been initiated in the past into practices of meditation, into practices of any religious activity, going to a place of worship or just sitting down and praying or anything like that, try it. But try it specifically for maybe 10 minutes a day. Try it at a specific time. Try it at a place which is away from all the things that you do. Why are these important? Because the body is also a creature of habit. And when you say that if I will pray or I will meditate exactly before my lunch or before my breakfast, you're as specific as that. The body somewhere records it and starts waiting for that habit, right? So again, try and do this for about 6-8 weeks. You will start seeing some changes that are there, right? Start over there, and that could be a good start towards your finding out what should be your goal itself, right? I am not suggesting you should just choose a spiritual